Welcome, children of light. You've tuned into the Phoenician Star, and my name is Eva. We'll begin by taking some deep breaths. I would like to hold space for you in this moment and just support your growth and support your life force. I'm going to continue breathing until the energy is settled, until we connect with each other. And I'll be quiet during these times, but I'm still here. All right, let's go. All right. There are a few messages already coming through. For one, congratulations to everyone who confronted their shadows, who faced the things that they feel insecure about, that they're not comfortable with, that they repress within themselves. Congratulations for those of you who faced that, and for those of you who didn't, that's okay. There'll be another time for you to do so when you're ready. Also, I feel like you're like, give me some good news. I really need to hear some good news. And I'll see what comes out. I can't force anything. Remember, something already jumped out, the Six of Swords. But also remember that this is a general reading. Not all of it may be for you. It comes in bits and pieces. So a fragment of the message may be for you and the rest is for someone else. You just have to take it how it resonates and apply it to your life. But don't fight with it. Don't struggle with it. You have the Six of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Hierophant card. I sense that you see like a light at the end of the tunnel, and that's what you're moving towards. You're like, something has got to be better out there for me, and that's what I want. I want a better lifestyle, a better job, a better relationship with my family, my partner. There's just something that you see that's better, and you're going after it. You also know that this is going to take some decision making. You've got to decide what you want and how you're going to go about getting it. It's also a certain amount of planning that you need to do and baby steps that you need to take, like putting one foot in front of the other. Your next logical step. The majority of you are surrendering to the fact that there are things about you that you don't like, and you're becoming okay with that. Like, you know that there's no such thing as perfection and you're tired of chasing it. So you're like, okay, well, this is me. These are my flaws. This is what I have to work with. I'm going to work with this and I'm going to be happy. It's like nobody can tell you what's wrong with you because you already know. But the fact that you are beginning to, or you have within this time frame, embraced your shadow, is going to lead you to happiness, joy, and it's also going to lead some of you to financial abundance, financial stability, because you can embrace the things that are wrong with you or the things that have gone wrong in your life. There's something about sharing your story, embracing your gifts, embracing your struggles, and you can share that with someone and create something from it. I see some of you being a mentor or a teacher in some way. Um, I see some of you you know how they don't really do it anymore, but back in the day when you went on a job interview, they would ask you, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and some of you are using those weaknesses to get stronger. That's really the only way that I can put that. I'm hearing you chose you. You looked around at everything that was going on around you. You looked at, some of you were looking at some things that were going on with your partner, um, looking at things that's going on within your job. And when it's all said and done, you looked at it all and you're like, I choose me over all of this. I choose me and my happiness and my joy and my peace. Some of you feel like the world is kind of at your fingertips, like this is what I can do, and there's limitless possibilities. Like just because you're flawed doesn't mean that you're limited on anything. You can take that and kind of run with it. You're looking at a brand new beginning for yourself. I get the sense that you're feeling like this is a new year, like it's New Year's already. You don't really have any resolutions. You have, I want to say demands, but they're not demands like hard pressure, push, push, push. It's a really soft demand. It's a command really. It's like you're embracing the power within and you're commanding certain things to come into fruition in your life. You're teaching yourself. You're talking to yourself. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with talking to yourself. You have the best conversations when you talk to yourself. There's something about you cutting people and cutting certain energies off. For some of you, this is an inner critic that you're cutting off, and for others of you, this is some people have kind of been tugging at your energy, just kind of pulling you like, hey, I need you, I need you, I need you, I need you. It could be a job. I'm sensing that for some of you, this is a job. It could be your family, your children, and you're beginning to kind of limit their access to you. You're like, okay, wait, this is my space. This is some me time, and I need and deserve this time. You're coming off of a period of tiredness. It's like you guys were really exhausted. You needed rest and you got it. And if you haven't gotten it yet, then you need to. You've got to put yourself first. You've got to choose you, and you need some rest. It is possible for you to be in the in between. That's really all I can call it, is in the in between. Um, for those of you who resonate with being children of light, meaning that you are a star bound to a body, meaning that you are a light spirit, that like you're not from earth, you're a light worker, you're a star seed. You've got to, well, you don't have to. You can be both human and spiritual being. You can be both, for the single parents out there, both mother and father, both nurturing and disciplinarian. You can work your 9 to 5 and do your outside gig, whatever that may be. There's something about you finding peace in the in between and being able to hold it very steady on both sides. I feel like you've been granted some grace right now. Something else that I wanted to say that was coming out before I started the message, but I forgot. Um, Reiki helps. Reiki is a healing energy. It can help you heal physically, emotionally, spiritually. It does not replace your doctor, but it grants you that support and moves that energy around that otherwise wouldn't budge. You don't have to necessarily go to a Reiki practitioner. You can like pull it up on YouTube, like Reiki for whatever ails you, and it will come up. And allow yourself some peace time to where you say to yourself, I accept this healing energy. And when your spirit is ready, it will open up and it will heal itself. I want you to stop torturing yourself for your past. We've all made mistakes. We were all foolish. We have all done things that we look back on and we're like, why did I do that? I can't believe I did that. I'm so embarrassed. So what? Everybody's embarrassed. And in the age of the internet where everything gets taped, most people can't live down their embarrassment because it's online. And I'm sorry if that has happened to you, but I'm asking you to try to move forward through it because we've all done messed up stuff. We've all been embarrassed of ourselves. We've embarrassed the piss out of ourselves. And you've got to keep going. Don't sit back and torture yourself. Some of you messed up a relationship that could have granted you some stability, whether this was a job or a relationship with a person or your family members. Some of you really messed up a relationship, and for some of you, you can go back and fix this. But for those of you who can't, you're gonna have to forgive yourself, and you're gonna have to keep moving forward. You need to be very discerning about the energies that you allow around you right now, because you're vibrating at such a high level because you've transformed or you are in the process of transforming. And the people who come around you, they can see that, they can sense that, even if they can't put it to words with their mouths or with their mind, they sense that you've changed. And it's like they want a piece of it. And not to stop you from growing, not everybody, at least some of them just won't change themselves and they don't know how to get it, but their spirit just latches on to what they want and see. For those people, you are just going to have to put a protective barrier around yourself, pray for them, and keep them at a distance, because you're just vibrating at a really high level right now, and you could take some of their energy in, and you've got to protect yourself spiritually. I am sensing that for the most of you, you are getting your emotions under control. You're no longer a slave to your emotions, and you're like, okay, I feel this way, and that's okay. What else can I do? um, yeah, I can't really put it any other way. Two questions: are you happy, and does it give you pleasure? I'm not going to elaborate on it because I think that needs to be it, because that came out very clear. I do want to grab another deck just for fun. Give me just a second. I want to get a little bit more in depth with your energy and the energies around you. Now, this is the second deck that the Three of Pentacles have come out in. Tell me about that, please. Okay. You've learned to love yourself a lot more because you are starting to embrace your shadow. Because you did decide to, whatever this is that's bugging me, I'm just going to face it. And because you did that, because you decided to work with this darker essence of yours, and I don't mean dark as in evil, I mean repressed. You're beginning to balance out. You're beginning to love yourself more, to accept yourself more, and in turn, you will start to love and accept other people more. You'll be more open to other people. And that's going to be a good thing, because you're going to encounter people that you need to work with. You're going to need to work with someone to get your message out or to help them get their message out. There's something about a coming together and finding your tribe. And the fact that you have faced that shadow, that suppressed part of yourself, is allowing you to open up a little bit more. Otherwise, you would have been really closed off and you would have been really judgmental of other people, but you had to kind of pull back the reins a little bit and judge yourself just as harshly as you're judging other people. Now, I say that I don't want you to take it as like, oh, I have to judge myself harshly. No, that's not what I'm meaning. I'm meaning that because you have faced your shadow, that was the hard judgment. You had to sit down and look at this little, for lack of a better phrase, this ugly part of yourself. And now you can look at other people's ugly part of themselves and accept them a little bit more. Everybody is not going to be perfect. And the fact that you had to realize that you aren't perfect either, it humbled you down some. But that was a good thing. It's supposed to. There's a lot of cutting energy. There's a lot of sword energy coming out. Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords came out twice. Um, tell me a little bit more. There's a piece that I'm missing. Okay. This is utter confusion that you're cutting away from. You will not have anything around you that will cause you confusion. You just will not have it. If it's going to give you a headache or a hard time, then you're just going to cut it out, as you should. What I'm seeing in my head is like, in the movies how they get like in this entanglement of vines as they're going through like the forest or whatever, and the hero takes out his sword and he's just chopping all the vines and getting out of his way. And that's what I feel like you're doing. You're cutting away all these tangled up vines. You don't want anything around you that's clouding your judgment, that is constricting your view or your path. Doors are opening for you for this King of Pentacles to come through. Tell me about him. Everything you want. This is like a new year. It feels like it really gives off the energy of like Happy New Year. And there are limitless possibilities for you. There are things that you need to consider. There is some planning that needs to be done. And you need to take things step by step. Don't rush all of it at once. You need to understand that you have time and that you're on your own time. That's going to be a big thing for some of you, not rushing and realizing, wait a minute, I own my time. I don't care if you're working. I don't care if your boss is like, hey, I need this by, whatever time. You own your time and you need to make the best use out of it. Some of you need to go back, excuse me. Some of you need to kind of go back and embrace your playful side. You may need to go outside and jump rope if you can. You may need to go play in some dirt, play with some Play-Doh. There's something about you embracing your inner child that's going to help you get through this next period of your life. It needs to be playful. Your next project needs to be full of laughter, full of joy, full of love. You need to look at it and be like, ooh, and bust out laughing. Excuse me. Yeah, and there's time. There is time. Don't rush through this. Don't rush this project. Don't say, "Oh, I have to get it done within 2 weeks." No, you get it done when you get it done. On second thought, set your goal. If your goal is 2 weeks, try to be done in 2 weeks. But if it's not done in 2 weeks, that's okay. It's still your time. You still have time enough to get it done. Man, I see you guys working diligently but gracefully. It's like if you see butterflies around you, that's your confirmation. If you see like kind of burst of gold, like that's also your confirmation. It could also be in your best entrance interest to wear yellow, to wear gold. Just something to bring in this new abundant energy that you have. It's just a really graceful working energy. It's something that you guys are working on that's going to bring you so much joy. You're going to be so proud of yourself once you get this done. And here's the okay. There's a lot of synchronicities. Two High Priestess cards came up. That's because you're transforming the way you talk, the way you operate, the way you move in between worlds, um, the way you approach things, the way you approach your relationships, the way you deal with people, the way you deal with yourself. You are a queen of the in between right now, or a king of the in between right now. You are not afraid to tear down your own towers. You are not afraid to face the darkness, the shadow, the parts of you that you don't want anybody else to see. You're fine with bringing them to the light. You are a master manifester. You are filled and surrounded by love from yourself and your spirit guides. And another Six of Swords. I think in the last reading, really in the last several readings, there have been several I've used more than one deck throughout the several readings past, and there are always these synchronicities that come out. Two of each. You need to understand that you're growing right now. Everything is in alignment. Everything is as it should be. You're on the right path. Continue your work. Own your time. Don't allow anybody to make you feel stressed or confused. Don't allow yourself to make yourself feel stressed or confused. Everything is going to be fine. Continue to work. Is there any last message that you want to get out? You need to say goodbye to, what is it? Confrontation. Or is it confrontation, or it was some conflict? That's the word I was looking for. Um, in this new beginning, in this new era that you're going into, you're not gonna have to like be in competition with anybody. You're not gonna have to like get anybody told off. You're not, because you're too graceful for that. Stop matching energy. You it's almost like you're gliding out on a magic carpet. You're floating around flying with angels wings on your back. You guys are just like, it's just really graceful. I really can't explain it besides that you are just surrounded by grace and beauty and love and calm. And you need to know that you're going, whatever it is that you're going through, you're going to get through it. Whatever project you're working on, whatever you can see whatever light at the end of the tunnel that you're going towards, you're going to get there. You're going to make it through the tunnel. You just have to give yourself patience, love, kindness, keep doing the shadow work, and things are going to work out on your behalf. You've been gifted with grace. I'm going to leave it there. That was calm, and I love it for you guys. That's it. Thank you for tuning in, and follow your own star.